What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today we're going to talk about it. The Washington Commanders go up against the New York Giants in the first game of the season. Starting out a divisional game, a big game. This is going to be something that is going to probably impact us for the season. As we go on into the year. And I know some of y'all are probably saying, John, it's only the first game, but this is an important game because the NFC is going to be a tough conference this year. Like I said, everybody in the NFC got beefs with each other, everyone. And we're talking about inside divisions and outside divisions. So again, this is a big game for the Commanders. And we're going to see a massive slate of games where everybody has beefs all along this Sunday. So again, the Giants come into the Fed trap. Again, a place where last year a lot of teams weren't quite successful. We went 7-2 at the Fed trap last year. So again, this game is not just a mediocre game, but it's a big time game and a game that we need, especially when we have a short turnaround the very next game, because we play on Thursday and go to Lambeau to face the Green Bay Packers. So with that being said, I don't really have keys to the game. I just give y'all my observations for what can happen and what will go on. First observation, I'm going to say, Jaden Daniels will be a massive amount of the offense. I do feel that Terry McLaurin, we're going to see Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel really give their secondary headaches. We're going to probably see Javon Holland really work hard to try his best to cover the two guys. We might even see Washington go into a 3 and 4 receiver set just so they can give the Giants a headache when you think about what's happening in the game and stuff like that. The big thing we're going to have a problem with, and this is something that I told y'all when everybody was talking about getting rid of Brian Robinson, we're going to see a massive downgrade of the running game. We're going to probably have to rely on Austin Eckler catching the ball out the backfield a lot and not being in a situation where we're going to be tempted to run the ball. The Giants front seven is a very nasty group. And it's going to be hard to run against not only them, but again, I mean, their secondary, I'm not as concerned with them coming in to support the run game because I think that it's going to be hard to even get past the first front guys. So it's going to be a tough game defensively, but I do feel that Washington can come out. Like I said, again, this will be a Jaden Daniels game. This will be a big Jaden Daniels game because Jaden Daniels might end up having to be a lump sum of the running attack when it comes to this game. And I know for myself, I don't want to see him running as much. And this is why I said the impact of Brian Robinson being traded away is something big. That's my next observation, even though I talked about it some. We're going to see the running game with this running back by committee. Now, they actually had, what was it, 4 running backs on the roster, and one of them are going to have to be marked off. So we're going to see if Bill is going to be the guy that's in, or if Chris Rodriguez is going to be the guy that's in. So far, all the reports are saying that it's Chris Rodriguez that's going to be in, and Bill may be the one out. But again, this is why you don't play around with your running back. You know, like teams that really win it all, they normally have a workhorse back or a back that does a lot of things. And when you have a running back by committee type of system, again, they're all specialists. You know, they're specialists. I think the best way to say it is like Steve Smith said it best. He said, a guy who's good at everything isn't great at one thing, which is why specialists get paid so much. When you think about this running back core, they're good at a lot of things, but they're not great at one thing. So when you look at Austin Ekeler is a older back. That's what he is, an older back who's had concussion problems before. If he was to go out, we now don't have a guy like him on the roster. If you look at Bill, you look at Chris Rodriguez, and you look at McNichols, none of them can do what Austin Ekeler can do. So again, you put your team in a very bad position, and like I said, I do feel that when we see this game, it's going to be something. My next observation, Russell Wilson. People talk bad about Russell Wilson. It's amazing at how so many people talk so highly of Aaron Rodgers, but they don't talk highly of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was successful in Denver. He actually was successful in Denver. He almost got Denver into the playoffs the year he was there. Then you're talking about, here he is again in Pittsburgh. Again, the conversation of a quarterback that just wins versus everyone else. And, I think that what the Giants have done is found a way to solidify their quarterback position, especially sitting up there wasting so many years on Daniel Jones. And then, even though the teams came in and the quarterbacks came in and gave Washington problems, they still weren't the guys of the future or the guys that meant a lot to the team. So with that, Russell Wilson is a stable piece when it comes to the quarterback position. So we're going to have to contend with that. Now, again, we can stop them off defensively. We can stop their offense, because I still think that their major weakness is their offensive line. When you think about it, Malik Neighbors Wendell Robinson is a very dangerous, sneaky kind of receiver too. But their running game is probably better than ours. But again, I think that we can hold off that offense and actually cause some damage in this game. Next, I got to talk about it. The Washington's run defense. We got to see if this run defense has improved, because contrary to what everybody wants to believe, I feel that Javon Kinlaw is a downgrade from Jonathan Allen. That's just how I feel. That's how I look at it. I don't see Javon Kinlaw as an upgrade by any stretch of the means. And because of that, I am a little concerned. Now, Deatrich Wise does fit the scheme very well. He's a big guy that can actually do some rushing in the passer, but he does a very fantastic job when it comes to sealing the edge and everything too. He's very good against the run, and he's a very stout guy. We got to see what Jerson Newton, we got to see what he is this year. Is he going to be a guy that's very impactful and actually sit up there and be something that we weren't expecting for him to be? He's going to have to show that he can really play this upcoming year. And this is also a show it year for Daron Payne. This will be the first time Daron has not played beside Jonathan Allen since maybe back in high school. So we're talking about Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne has had this very symbiotic type of relationship for years. And this will be the first time that he will not have him beside him. We will see if Daron Payne steps it up big time when it comes to this defensive line. Next, our revamped secondary. I think our secondary is going to be fantastic this season. I love the pick of Trey Amos. I was surprised that he was still there in the second round, because in my not mock draft, I actually had him early in the first round, and he was actually the pick that I wanted him to be taken at, where they took Josh Connerly. So that was a very fantastic grab, especially when you're talking about him falling to the second round and how far down in the second round he fell. So that was an amazing snag. He was a guy that, I mean, every time you saw him play, it was like he showed that he was not one to be thrown against. So I really love Trey Amos. Of course, we got Mikey Sanders still coming back, a guy who's going to more than likely be starting at the slot, but can be moved to the outside should it be warranted that he needs to move to the outside. And then we got Marshawn Lattimore returning, actually fully healthy this time around. We'll see what his impact will be for the team. And then, of course, we got Will Harris and Quan Martin, both are set. I think our secondary is vastly improved from last year, and I think that we're going to be a team to be hard to contend with when it comes to throwing the ball against them. So I think that our secondary is going to be excellent. The offensive line, again, another grouping that has been revamped. I do feel that the bringing on the Laramie Tunsil in a trade, that was a smart one. Grabbing Josh Connolly, who fell down in the draft. I thought they would have took Josh Simmons if he was there, but they took Josh Connolly. But again, Simmons plays the left side. Connolly seems like there's a chance that he's going to be a very good starter on the right side. Even though he's a rookie, he's going to be going up against some of the toughest edge guys in the game, man. Brian Burns and Keith Thibodeau. I don't feel that there's a worry about Abdul Carter, because I think that they're going to have to play him differently. He's not going to be a very great pass rusher at this point in his career, because I just think that people are going to take him out of the play. But we'll see what our revamped line is. Brandon Coleman now goes to the left guard position. And from my understanding, Wiley will be playing right guard. And Josh Connolly will be right there at right tackle. So we're going to see what this revamped line looks like. Will it be able to protect Jaden better than the previous line? So, again, this is going to be something big. Is this going to be another big season for Terry McLaurin? Being as though him and Jaden actually got a rapport, and now you add in Deebo Samuel, like, what adjustments have they made in the offseason when it comes to this offense to accommodate Deebo, and does the accommodating Deebo take away from Terry? We will definitely see. This is a big, big game. And I do feel that when it comes down to it, Washington is going to come out on top in a very hard-fought game that might come down to a field goal. I think that this is going to be a game where both defenses are going to have to show that this is not a joke. Now, again, I'll say this. If at any point the Giants establish the run game and the run game is effective, then Washington is going to go down. But I think that the defense has something to prove. They have something to show. And I think that they're going to come out on top. So for that, I think the final score for this game will be the Commanders 27, the Giants 21. Y'all tell me what y'all think. How do y'all feel about this game? What are your expectations and observations for this game? Other than that, like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. Other than that, this has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fans Sports Show.